Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Elizabeth DeRoba. The Pennsylvania House of Representatives held a Republican Policy Committee hearing on Monday in Hazel Township. The purpose of the hearing was to discuss a new tax reform bill which includes statewide tax cuts for Pennsylvanians. The proposed tax cuts would reduce the personal income tax rate from 3.07% to 2.8% beginning in early 2025. These tax cuts are estimated to reduce state revenue by $1.3 billion in the current fiscal year and save hundreds of dollars for families in the Commonwealth. The hearing was attended by many officials, including State Representative Dane Watrow. We spoke with Watrow about the hearing and why these tax cuts are so important.
It's a tough time out there. People cannot afford to put gas in their car, food on a table, and or pay for their medication. We got to offer some type of relief, and that relief should start right now.
Watrow said that the bill will not only reduce the personal income tax rate, but also eliminate the state's utility tax.
That's going to help Pennsylvanians to put money where they choose to put it. If it's child care issues, if it's more food on the table, or just plainly food on the table. And at the end of the day, our seniors are struggling. They're on a fixed income and they need to pay for medication and have some type of luxury too. I'll be the first one to vote if a bill ever came across eliminate school property tax. That's super important. But this is a start. We need to start somewhere.
Several testimonies were given at the hearing, including one by McAdoo Borough Councilwoman Mary LaBert, who said that the bill will benefit senior citizens.
Well, I'm a senior citizen, and I'm trying to help the senior citizens of our area. When you're trying to pay your bills and your medication and your fuel and your taxes, it's hard. And so we desperately need help. And I agree with the middle-class family raising their children. It's hard, and so we need help from these committee people.
More information about the tax cut proposal can be found at commonwealthfoundation.org. A man was arrested by Hazleton police after leading officers on a chase. According to police, Yudi Torres was first seen by police on Saturday, June 8th in the area of Wyoming Street and Mine Street, driving a vehicle with an unregistered Tennessee license plate. When officers attempted to conduct a traffic stop, police say Torres fled down Wyoming Street, Juniper Street, Church Street, and Broad Street before entering State Route 924. According to police, Torres then attempted to turn onto Scotch Pine Drive and struck a curb, disabling his vehicle. Torres was taken into custody without further incident and has been charged with fleeing to elude police, recklessly endangering another person, careless driving, driving without a license, and driving an unregistered vehicle, among other charges. Torres was then released after posting the required 10% of his $20,000 bail. Fire crews in Nescopeck were called to Zenith Road on Monday for a brush fire. According to officials, crews were called to the scene around 11 o'clock a.m. Upon arrival, crews say 2 acres of field were on fire and that the blaze was encroaching on the roadway and a nearby home. Crews were at the scene for about an hour. It is unknown at this time if anyone was injured in the blaze. Coming up on WYLN News, Pennsylvania State Police hold a community event at Hazel Township Community Park. Plus, Hazleton City Police are seeking donations for Camp Aspire. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
My name is Alexander Bonomo. I'm 12 years old, and tomorrow's WYLN forecast is partly cloudy.
Weather Kids is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. Your health deserves a partner.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today. SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialist, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35.
Welcome back to WYLN News. Pennsylvania State Police held a free community event on Monday at Hazel Township Community Park. PSP in the Parks is a brand new initiative aimed at building trust between state police and the many communities that they serve. Pennsylvania State Trooper Anthony Petrosky spoke with us about the different activities at the event.
And what this is a free community event where community members can come and they can see the PSP patrol vehicle. We have our CERT drone team here. We also have a K9 and our helicopter. And this is just a way where we can come into the community and allow people to feel comfortable while meeting us, talking to us, and seeing some of the really neat tools that we use every single day.
Despite the hot weather, many people still came out to check out the event.
Despite the heat, it is very hot out, but everybody who's come out, they're really having a good time. A lot of kids, even the adults are sitting inside the car. They're petting the K9 and going inside the helicopter. So it's a really good event, and it's neat to see the community come out and support us because we're nothing without the community that we serve. So it's good for us to be able to give back and dedicate some time here and not have to run out and handle calls. Those of us who are here, we're strictly here for this event.
This event is the first to happen in Troop N, with 3 more planned in other counties. Petrosky says he hopes that PSP in the Parks becomes a statewide initiative and that the public takes advantage of the resources.
Come out to these events, meet the state troopers that serve, because there isn't always a good time to talk to us, have conversations. You see us on the side of the road, maybe we're investigating a crime and it's not the setting for it. This is a setting where you could come and talk to us, tell us about your concerns, and also just see some of the cool tools that we use every single day.
PSP in the Parks was held on Monday from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. The Hazleton City Police Department is seeking donations for Camp Aspire. Camp Aspire is a week-long day camp for kids ages 7 to 14 who have been the victim of a crime, lost a loved one, or need help making positive decisions. The police department has created an Amazon wish list for those seeking to support the camp. To access the Amazon wish list, you can visit the Hazleton City Police Department Facebook page and follow the link. Officers are also looking for members of the public to sponsor a portion of the event or send a monetary donation. A few spots are also still open for campers. For more information, you can contact Detective Naprava at 570-459-4954. The Pennsylvania Department of Transportation has announced that all driver license and photo centers will be closed on Wednesday, June 19th for the Juneteenth holiday. Juneteenth, also known as Juneteenth National Freedom Day, is an annual holiday in Pennsylvania that commemorates emancipation and the end of the Civil War. PennDOT customers are reminded that a variety of driver and vehicle products and services will continue to be available online. To access these online services, you can visit dmv.pa.gov. Coming up on Berwick's News Choice, Chris Fulmer leads us down the path through history with Plymouth Part 2. Plus, we learn about ATV safety on Trooper Talk Tuesday. And stay right here on WYLN. We'll be right back.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Watch PTN on WYLN.
When emergency strikes, trust your care to the all-new ER at Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. With a facility that's now twice the size. Experienced nurses who see you right away. A quick assessment process makes sure you get the care you need. Advanced technology on site. Safe, private treatment rooms, and a peace of mind that only this level of care can bring. When it matters most, trust your partner in emergency care. Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton.
Are you looking for a trustworthy publishing company to publish your book? One that understands the process and upholds Christian values in its business practices?
Introducing Covenant Books, an author-friendly publisher who shares your beliefs and wants to publish your story. Call us today to get a free author packet to help get you started.
We realize your book is unique, personal, and written with a higher purpose. That's the content we're looking for.
We provide authors freedom and flexibility throughout the publishing process with professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the industry.
Covenant distributes and sells your book online and in bookstores everywhere. We convert your book in ebook format and sell it on Amazon, Apple iTunes, and to these distributors. Our authors love us.
So if you've written a biography, a devotional, a memoir, self-help, or any genre, we can help. Be like these authors and get your book published and sold today.
Call right now for your free writer's guide.
1-800-215-3680.
WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WYLNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.
For about 20 years, the North Branch Canal was the primary transportation system in Plymouth Township. But as was the case across the United States, railroads soon start overtaking canals. The first railroad to reach the area was the Lackawanna and Bloomsburg Railroad, which did so in 1857. It would be fully completed from Scranton to Northumberland in 1860, and would bring with it scores of immigrants from Ireland, Wales, Germany, and other nations to work in the coal mines. By 1870, almost 3/4 of the residents of the area were either foreign-born or children of foreigners. Because of the massive influx of residents, it was decided in 1866 to incorporate Plymouth into a borough from the surrounding Plymouth Township. Elections were held in May of that year to name the new town's first Burgess, with Elijah Wadhams ultimately winning the honor. Coal mining had by then become a major part of Plymouth's identity. Countless collieries operate throughout the borough, dragging black diamonds to the surface from deep underground. Among the more notable operations that took root in Plymouth in the 19th century were the Chauncey, Dodgson, Nottingham, Lance, and Washington collieries. And then there was the Avondale Colliery, which was built in 1867 along the Susquehanna. Its Steuben shaft, built directly underneath the colliery building, was considered state-of-the-art for the time, but had dangerous flaws in its design, notably that provided only one way in and out of the mine. On the morning of September 6, 1869, This would prove deadly when a furnace for one of the ventilation shafts ignited the mine's timbers. The flames rapidly spread up the shaft, eventually setting the whole colliery building ablaze, and thus trapping the entire day shift underground. A crowd of almost 10,000 people gathered to try and put out the flames, and once successful with this, built a derrick to send down rescue parties to the trapped miners, first successfully sending a dog down and up to confirm it would be safe for humans to go in. Rescue efforts, though, were delayed by obstructions in the mine and black damp in the air, and by the time the search parties reached the miners, it was too late. All of them had died. In the wake of the Avondale mine disaster, as it became known, legislation was passed in the State Assembly necessitating that there be at least 2 entrances and exits to every mine, and that all mines be properly mapped, and that they should be safely ventilated. Pennsylvania was the first state to enact such mine safety laws. The disaster was also a rallying point for union organization, spurring many miners to join the Workingmen's Benevolent Association, the first miners' union in the country. Labor upheaval would touch Plymouth hard in the 1877 during the height of the Great Railroad Strike. Triggered by railroad workers in Martinsburg, West Virginia, who were upset that B&O management had cut their wages for the 3rd time in a year as part of the lingering effects of the Panic of 1873, the unrest would spread all over the country, with Pittsburgh seeing particularly intense violence between management and labor. In Plymouth, workers of the Delaware and Hudson and Delaware, Lackawanna, and Western lines went on strike, at one point storming a D&H train as it entered the town. The local coal miners joined them in striking, prompting a worried Burgess Samuel French to wire the state for aid. He got it in the form of a 3,000-man militia led by former Plymouth teacher E.W. Matthews. Riding into town on a train with a large gun attached to the cowcatcher, the militia swept through Plymouth, arresting pretty much every man seen out of doors after dark. The troops remained in town for several weeks afterwards until peace had been restored. The Great Railroad Strike itself ended nationally after 45 days of unrest due to President Rutherford Hayes sending militias into cities to suppress the strikers. In the somewhat calmer years that followed, Plymouth residents began looking to build a high school for its youth. Central High School, the first of 4 in the community to bear that name, was built in 1884 by Samuel French's Plymouth Planing Mill Company. It would graduate its first class 2 years later. The building would be destroyed by a fire that broke out in February 1905. The second Central High would be built immediately, with construction overseen by Samuel French's son Harry. A grand parade was held the day the new school was completed. It would, though, serve as town high school for only 7 years before the third Central High School, built by Alfred Freeman, opened to students on September 1st, 1913, in a ceremony that also included a parade. The second Central High would be retooled as an elementary school. The fourth and final Central High School, constructed by Lewis Hancock, was dedicated on February 12, 1925. It was formally named the Davenport School in honor of prominent school board member Ward P. Davenport, who helped streamline and speed up construction. With its completion, the third Central High became a junior high and later an elementary school. The fourth Central High iteration would have the longest tenure as town high school, through 1966.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Renai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600. Like and follow Wyln News on Facebook for the Wyln News Midday Update, posted daily between noon and 2 p.m., powered by Lehigh Valley Health Network. When it's serious, there's only one health network with seriously innovative health institutes. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your health deserves a partner.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Watch PTN on WYLN.
WYLN TV 35 is expanding and is on the hunt for a dynamic salesperson to join our vibrant team. If you've got the passion and the drive, we want to hear from you. Send your resume to the email displayed on your screen. Don't miss this great opportunity.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. Hey, did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Trooper Talk Tuesday. I'm Trooper Anthony Petrosky, Trooper and Public Information Officer. Today we're talking about ATVs, and to some people that perks you right up because you're thinking, oh, I ride ATVs, they're lots of fun. And to some other people you're thinking, these ATVs, they're always riding up on the road, they're making lots of noise. So we're going to talk about it from both ends. So for the people who ride ATVs, number one, if you're going to ride it in a wooded area somewhere, you have to make sure you have permission from the property owner to actually ride on that property. Okay, if it's posted no trespassing and you don't have permission, you cannot ride on that property, okay? Also, if you're riding, you can only cross a road if you are going from one designated area to another. That's the only way you can legally cross a road in the Commonwealth here of Pennsylvania. So, if the vehicle's not registered, you cannot ride it on the road. So, you cannot ride up and down the roads in the Commonwealth. You cannot just do wheelies going down the road. Yes, this is for the viewers who are sick and tired of the ATV riders riding all over the place when they shouldn't be. Listen, you know better. You shouldn't be riding on the roads. It's not registered and you can't do it. If you're going from one wooded area to another and you're crossing a street, you could do that safely. Again, key word being safely. But you cannot just ride to your friend's house down the road. If you're stopped by law enforcement, that vehicle will be towed, that ATV will be towed. You will have to pay the restoration and the tow fee for that, and you'll be cited. You'll be cited, okay? Now, some people think it's a good idea to run from us when they see us coming down the road. Please do not do that. That puts you at risk by getting hit by another car that's legally driving on the road, okay? ATVs are great if they're used in the right and safe manner. So please make good decisions. For all the viewers out there, if you have a problem with ATV riders, please contact 911 and let us law enforcement come out and do an investigation. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time here on Trooper Talk Tuesday.
You're watching WYLN TV 35,